where there is a certain problem and we have to come up with a solution. Then, what approach we need to follow? So let's just write down for a project, we need to come up with a solution, right? And then what should be our approach? That question kind of is a more open-ended point of uh, written in more open-ended perspective. But for if we just move right like this with an R&D project, an R&D project, we need to come up with a solution. What should be our approach? So for this one, firstly, what I can think, this is also kind of the basic of academic research as well. When we have a problem, we try to solve it with our existing knowledge, right? So we try to think of solutions that involves one, our current level of knowledge. Two would be our available facilities. Three would be what? Three would be our current level of knowledge, our available facilities, and yeah, I think I cannot think of anything more. But we try to think of solutions that involves, and also we also have to keep in mind of all the constraints. Now the question is, what are those constraints? Number one, budget, obviously. So that problem we have to solve and we have to come up with a solution, but that solution will have to cost certain dollar value, right? It cannot exceed certain price or cost. The second point would be, a second thing to consider would be time limit. Yeah. So again, like if we review this, we are provided an R&D project where we have to come up with a solution. So what would be our approach? First thing is we try to think of solutions that involve. We try to think of solutions that involve our current level of knowledge and our available facilities. Probably collaboration scopes, and we also have to keep in mind of all the constraints that are budget and time limit, right? Now these are a few things that we can just quickly write down uh, to understand our scope, where or how we want to solve this issue. A single problem can be solved in multiple ways, but we're not gonna approach in all those routes. So these are constraints, we also have to think about how do we actually start the process? How do we actually start the process? Let's write down this problem solving process. Hmm. So the problem solving process starts with probably maybe asking the experienced team members. No, say we have an issue, and then we I'm probably new in the company, and I'm not quite sure what is the available what are the available facilities we have, and also the collaboration scope. I don't know the budget. I don't know I probably know the time limit. Uh, Most of the cases, budget might not be provided explicitly. I know that this is a problem, but then, like when we think of solutions, we would probably have to suggest our manager that this is gonna be the budget. But sometimes also they also provide us the budget that within this cost, this like this is this level of uh, big project. So you have that 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 much money to spend on it, or you can spend that much money on this project. But this is kind of like a vague area. But this is obviously most of the cases we know this. The time limit is quite common to have. But if I'm very new to the team, I will probably go with asking the experienced team members who are well familiar with this, and probably try to get directed. But the question is, what if I don't have that this privilege? I cannot ask any experienced member for directly guiding them. I will have to come up with a solution myself. Then the first thing would be basically, I would say, brainstorming. So brainstorming, and before brainstorming, I would say it's gonna be probably research, and then probably brainstorming. So, what does this mean? So, research basically means, so this problem, this R&D project, this problem is not probably super innovative. This is innovative to some extent. So, like we do literature review in academic research, we'll have to know for this kind of project what are the available solutions that are already getting utilized in the market or in other companies or industries. So, doing research, doing studies, or let's just write this as studying available solutions for similar problems. Okay. And brainstorming is and then probably next step would be research would be, let's just make it studying available solutions for similar problems, studying available solutions for similar problems, and then listing all of those solutions Brainstorming would be probably, it would probably be narrowing down the list of the solutions by applying the constraints. So what are those constraints? These constraints are basically this time and this budget. So we have a problem that we have to solve. But I have actually missed one step. So we actually don't directly jump into the research. Before jumping into the research, we obviously have to understand what is the problem itself, right? Understanding the problem itself, right? Understanding the problem is still itself would be the fundamental step, the first step, and also it's important to know that applying root cause analysis. So sometimes we have a problem that is actually explained to us. Say you have a problem that is investigated before, and it's well understood what actually is the problem. Many times it's actually unknown. You know that something is happening, but you don't understand the problem itself, and then you have to perform root cause analysis, which is a very familiar topic from Six Sigma. And there are different root cause analysis process that you can apply to really understand the problem itself and what is actually the root cause, and then you try to find out solution for the for this root cause or the problem. For that, you can ask the experienced team members. They can give you guidance, or like if you have to start it from scratch, you'll actually have to start by studying available solution for similar problems, and then you have to list down all the solutions. Then you'll have to do like narrow down and make the list smaller to make to make the make the solution list smaller to come up with a more feasible feasible solutions, possibilities of solutions for the problem, and that is done by refining in terms of constraints. Also, you can do another thing. You can involve senior engineers, researchers to provide feedback. You may come up with 10 different solutions, and you can think that you figure out that five of them are not actually within the scope because those doesn't align with the uh, budget or the time limit. So you have five options, and you're thinking these five options, all of these are applicable, but there are also some constraints like the facilities we have or the collaboration scopes. So those things comes with experience with the facility that you would probably get some suggestion from the senior engineers or researchers who have been working in the company for years, and they can provide you more feedback onto the like narrowed down list, so you can narrow it down to further to probably two or three solutions that you should actually invest your time on. So yeah, narrow down the solution further. Hmm, okay. Hmm. So this looks fun. If we can we just make a flowchart out of this? I don't have to see how to make flowchart here. Oh no, I just wanna use a text box. This is big. Excel is Microsoft Word is not really good with this flowchart. For flowchart, best option is using Microsoft Visio, but you can also use PowerPoint. Let's do this. Like, let's open it into PowerPoint. Okay. So just delete this one. So, what's that? R&D problem solving process. Okay. So the first thing is problem identified. Make it problem identified. And then when the problem is identified, um, what do we do? I wrote that problem we try to think of solutions that involve blah 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 blah. Uh, we get more information about the project. Let's write like this. Problem solving becomes a project, right? Problem solving, when the problem is identified, problem solving becomes a project. So when it becomes a project, it will have obviously a time and budget. Will have, will have constraint, time, and budget. Yeah. So we know this, and next step is, so we know our deadline. We know our deadline, and we know how much money we can spend on this. Uh, Next thing would be doing research to find available solutions in the market. Available solution of similar problems. Okay, of similar problem. Mm, doing research to find out. Then with a list of solutions. Brainstorm to narrow down the solutions. The list list of the solutions in terms of the constraints, which are time, limit, budget, time limit, budget. I think facilities is good, like just these two are important. Then we do brainstorm with other engineers or researchers to shortlist the solutions. Further, invest time on the most feasible options, most feasible solution options of the problem. Okay, these are kind of the steps, right? Let's just quickly connect them. In Visio, this is super easy. It's not that easy here. Just making it straight is difficult. Wasting time. But that is all about live exploring things. I'm just making everything up instantly. Just this is all my idea. This is not a standard or established way of problem solving. This is how I would like to solve a problem. Mm, that's okay. It doesn't have to be straight. Mm. Anyway, so what would be an R&D problem solving process? First, we identify a problem, then problem solving becomes a project. So a project is basically when we have constraint, time, and budget, and then we do research, we perform research to find out available solution of similar problems, come up with a list of solution, and then we brainstorm to narrow down the list of solutions in terms of constraints, time limit, budget, and brainstorm with other engineers or researchers to shortlist the options further. Okay, and then invest time on the most feasible options, right? So now, if we just see this process, and getting involvement in R&D project is not fun all the time because it gets quite difficult, and not everyone are capable to to accomplish a project like an innovative project. So if we see all the steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which step is the most difficult? That's important. So problem identification, is it difficult? Probably yes, because for problem identification we need some more things. For example, we need certain level of knowledge, right? Root cause analysis skills. Can I just move it down all together? Let's try. Yeah, we can. And this guy, if I can move it up. Yeah, can I make it small? Just to make it small. I'd make it 20. Maybe 30. Yeah, so can I? And then these guys should move up. Boom. Okay. So the first step, like for problem identification, it's not quite simple. We have to get knowledge. We have to have knowledge. That's why education is often important. So if you have got a degree, say an undergrad or master's or a PhD in mechanical engineering, you'll probably understand the mechanical engineering problem more. And then root cause analysis to find out the real reason of that problem or the real underlying problem will also be easy. So this thing requires you to be knowledgeable. So problem identified or identification of the problem requires you to be knowledgeable. Okay, and then problem solving becomes a project time constant. So this is actually in terms of like if you consider yourself as an this is more like a management point of project managers concern where they have to constrain it in terms of time and budget, and then doing research to find available options. This requires quite a bit of skills. So you obviously have to have knowledge. You have to have the capability of doing research. You have to be able to be more methodical, I guess. Methodical, yes, you have to be methodical. Uh, you have if you have the problem, it's often a case when you are trying to find out solution and you are kind of sidetracked to other issues which are totally unrelated. So this is really important that you don't actually uh, uh, you don't actually start procrastinating or like start digging deeper into different topics that are totally unrelated. So yeah, methodical, and you'll have to be, I guess, goal oriented, right? So you'll have to have a goal, an objective. You'll have to have certain objectives, and then come up with a list of solutions. When you have that, you will have that coming. So this is also not a difficult step. So, and then brainstorm to narrow down the list of solutions. This one also requires knowledge, so that you can knowledge, and also like analytical skill. I'll probably write these things here. Mm, let's make it smaller. We'll make it 10, not 10, maybe 14. Yeah, good. This one, if this is 14, this should be 14 as well. This guy be 14. Okay. And then this thing I want to move up. I want to move up